I don't care how many jokes I make on this channel about my audience being unwashed and unhygienic. These are meant to be jokes. And I need y'all to know that I expect you to be washing your underside. After you take a dump, when you're in the shower, you better be letting the water and the soap hit the crack. It's non-negotiable. Hey fellas, Onus here, and welcome back to Fishing for Fries. And the other day, I ran into, honestly, a bit of a jump scare of a video that starts very, very in your face. From Kirsten.
Someone finds out that I was engaged to a man who didn't wipe his ass, they always ask me the same 3 questions.
Honestly, like being engaged to a guy who doesn't wipe. I've never been engaged to a guy at all, so I don't know a lot about this situation, but I'm ready to hear you out. That said, me being willing to hear you out would probably come with more than 3 questions, but I have a feeling if I were to let her speak, a lot of the questions that come to mind would be answered. So let's let her get into it, shall we? If you guys are enjoying yourselves, be sure to subscribe. We're almost at 300K, and I really appreciate it when you do.
Right? 1, how did you find out? 2, didn't he stink? And 3, why the fuck didn't you leave once you found out?
Whoa! The first 2 I kind of saw coming, and then like the third I thought wouldn't be applicable because I assumed that she found out like late in the game or something. Or maybe it was the sort of deal where like he grew into washing his ass. Maybe not a flattering thing to admit you had to grow into because your significant other was telling you to do it because you stunk up the place. But golly, hell of a roster.
And I'm gonna answer all of those questions for you right here, right now. So the first time this information was brought to my attention, I was living with my best friend, her boyfriend at the time, and my boyfriend at the time.
Completely unrelated to the question of if your SO wipes their ass, but a surprisingly common arrangement you see in like roommate scenarios these days. A couple who share a master bedroom plus their resident third wheeler, or just 2 couples saving on money. It just makes sense, man. No judgment passed in that particular scenario. It makes sense to me.
She came to me in confidence and said, hey, I just wanted to let you know that we keep finding dookies in the toilet, unflushed, no toilet paper, and it's not me. I don't think that it's you. I know it's not my man, and so that only leaves your man.
I don't know why my brain tried to immediately go to plausible scenarios where somebody could still be wiping even if you didn't see the toilet paper on top of the poop. Like, there have been moments where like I could have sworn I flushed the toilet, but like I didn't push the handle down enough so like it didn't do the full swirly swirl and it got down there. Or maybe you flushed and it clogged but you'd already closed the lid so you didn't notice that it had all come back up. There's no really explaining the toilet paper. My brain jumped to order of operations nonsense where I'm like, well, maybe the toilet paper is under the poop, which it's like, I guess there's like some physical way it could have gotten under there, but that would imply you wiped before pooping and not after. Like you were scraping off the crust from the last time you had to go, and then we're just like getting a new coat on there before getting back to whatever you were doing before. And I don't think that reflects well on the hypothetical person in question if that's the case. Back to your story, ma'am.
I'm so sorry to have to tell you this, but he is not wiping his ass, girl. And at the time, I'm young, dumb, and I believe that I'm in love and I found the man I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with, and so I brush it off. I'm like, yeah, it's not my man. It's definitely your man, and he's saying that it's my man to cover up for himself, right?
This is also a very typical roommate discussion when tensions are this high. Like, you basically are running turf wars in this house where it's like, I got my SO, and I'm gonna take his word, even if he hasn't explicitly said it to me. I'm just gonna assume that he's not the guy doing the gross thing. I'm gonna say, if you can afford it, like it's within your means, a bidet is genuinely a lifesaver. Like, you still gotta wipe down there after you're done, like, just letting the jet just go to town on your backside because it's gonna be wet. Like, you don't want to like be like sopping when you put your underwear back on, but you can take some of the guesswork out of like waiting till like there's red on your toilet paper to be sure that you're done with the business down there if you're just like only wiping dry. But like going back to the turf war allegory, like running this apartment situation they got, like it's a boot camp inspection. It's like, on the next load of laundry we are going to do a sniff test of the underwear. Everybody has to sniff their own underwear and not gag when they do. To be fair, like, that's probably not gonna reveal much. Why is this the scenario I crafted in my head? Please just keep going.
And I don't really think about it again until I get engaged to this man and we move into our own place together. And I start finding the dookies, unflushed, no toilet paper. But again, I think, there's something wrong with the plumbing here.
Oh, I feel really bad for her. She's trying so hard to think of the best in her boyfriend at the time. Oh, that is rough. Like, the Schrodinger of it all is completely taken out of this equation. It's like, there is unflushed poop in the toilet and no toilet paper to accompany the poop, but there's not 2 culprits of who the unwiped ass could belong to. I understand that mentioning Schrodinger here makes absolutely no sense, but just bear with me. I'm not going anywhere with this metaphor, but just bear with me. And she's like, the plumbing.
Because I'm engaged to this man. I think I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with him. I'm in love with him. my first thought is not, oh, he's not wiping his ass. Because that would be crazy for a grown man not to wipe his ass. And it would be crazy for me to believe that he's not wiping his ass. But then
Oh, that is rough. Like, generally speaking, yeah, like, I'd like to think so as well. It's like part of the social contract, isn't it? Like, you don't go outside and assume that everybody you look at could be, like, unwiped ass haver until proven otherwise, especially the ones you're close to. Like, you'd think that, like, I've let them in this far in vicinity of me. If they don't wipe their ass, certainly there would be other signs. And Kirsten over here definitely started noticing other signs following up, because this wasn't, like, a singular thing that they needed to work on. This was apparently across the entirety of it, like, in their time living with the dude.
But then I start finding out that he's opting out of other forms of hygiene. Like, his toothbrush isn't moving, the soaps in the shower are not moving, the towels aren't moving unless I use them. He's not brushing his teeth, he's not showering. Yuck. And then we break up because he almost punches me in the face.
Oh, yeah, okay, fucking, yeah, get the fuck out of there immediately. The soap in the shower would be, like, the most immediate giveaway to me, because, like, the soap I use, like, it gets noticeably smaller upon each use. Like, I am vicious with my scrubbing in there. Cheeky Soap, first link in the description, use code Y for 10% off. Like, at least the toothbrush, like, I have, like, a mechanical one, and it has, like, a little stand that, like, I put it on, so it's in the same place every time. It's not, like, in a cup where it rattles around. It's stationary, and then I have, like, one of those little caps you put on a toothbrush when traveling, so I don't have to worry about my cat, like, licking it in my sleep or some shit when I'm not looking. I saw a TikTok about that once, and I never stopped getting scared about it potentially happening when I first got a cat.
Right? A few days after we break up, I'm on the phone with his mom, and I'm just yapping at her. I'm telling her all of the things that her son did to me throughout the course of our relationship and how awful he was to me, and she...
That's the crazy bit. Like, this goes all the way up the chain, like, where the girl is able to vent to the mother about this. And, you know, it's, like, probably pretty cathartic to be able to do that, but you'd think that, like, the situation was insane enough and could just, like, stop at, like, yeah, he doesn't wipe his ass, he was, like, unbelievably unhygienic. Maybe he's depressed. I don't know. He tried to punch her in the face. Like, what are we even talking about at this point? But then the mom comes in with, like, the back half of what this video is gonna be, with just, like, new lore that this was apparently a known quantity the whole time.
She's being really supportive of me, and she's saying, I'm so sorry, I thought he had changed for you, we had a lot of these issues when he was living with us, and that's why we kicked him out, yada yada. And at a point in our conversation, his mom says to me, unprompted, by the way, Kirsten, the man couldn't even wipe his own ass.
The mom venting this to the ex is fucking insane. After this is a situation that happened to her, and, like, she had to find out the fucking hard way, like, through practical experience, man. That's fucking awful. And the implication that the mom assumed this was a done and done issue. Like, saying, I thought he had changed for you because he, like, didn't want to fuck it up when he knew he had a good thing going. But the mom apparently thought he had at least fixed the not wiping his ass situation? Like, what the fuck?
Hey, why'd you say that? Why'd you say that? Because I didn't say anything about him not wiping his ass. Why did you say that? And she goes, well, it was an issue that we had when he lived here with us, yeah.
The space of time where not wiping your ass would be just non-negotiable as, like, they were living with you is, like, minimum, like, I want to say, like, 12 years? Like, I feel like I knew to wipe my ass by the time I was, like, 5. You find out pretty early on that it's fucking uncomfortable down there if you don't do that particular part of hygiene. But, like, it implies that it was longer, like, living with us as opposed to when he was growing up. Also, shout out to Kirsten. She is a fucking orator, man. She has done this all in one take and is, like, just hitting the mannerisms, like, the left to right look fucking perfectly, man. I'm hanging on every word, dude.
We would find poop in the toilet, unflushed, no toilet paper, and it led us to believe that he wasn't wiping his ass.
Just, like, one for one of her situation at every stage of when they lived together. Holy fuck, dude. This dude's method didn't change once. He didn't flush, he didn't wipe, and all the proof on the table led them to the same conclusion everybody else who had seen that evidence was able to come to eventually. Oh my god.
Right, so you were gonna let me marry him? You were gonna let me marry him knowing that information? Okay, cool. So, to answer your questions, I didn't know for sure until after we broke up, right? I didn't really know for sure until his mom said that to me. Did he stink? Not the way you think he would.
Oh my god, wait, what conglomerate of musk did this guy have on him? Like, he smelled, but not in the way you would think he would? Like, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, what that even, like, really means about, like, his body composition. Like, did he just have, like, a gene that makes his poop, like, less smelly than average? I don't think that's possible. Did he just have, like, other overpowering, pungent pungent aromas to him that like masked it? I'm like theory crafting on something that I don't even know where to start with. She's gonna give me the answer anyways.
Sometimes in the morning I would wake up next to him and he'd be covered in sweat and he would smell like rotten chicken, but he never smelled like shit or body odor.
I wonder if shit mixed with body odor is like a very particularly rotten chicken smell. That's like the only thing I'm coming up with in this brain of mine. Synthesized metal robot brain, that is.
He smelled very strange sometimes, but I just thought that that's what men smelled like sometimes. I just thought that the male body was very weird.
I mean, in some ways, I'm sure it is, but like, fucking Christ, dude, rotting chicken? I don't have much of a sense of smell. And like, even like rotten food or like driving next to a swamp or a bog gets to me. When I'm in the goddamn back of the car, the rotten eggs of it all is unbearable. I'm glad you got out of there, but holy fuck, you were being a trooper in them trenches. Holy shit. Emphasis on the shit, I guess, less holy.
And I know this information is probably upsetting to a lot of people, but surely it is not as upsetting to you as it is to me, and it's something that I am gonna have to live with.
I suppose I have to live with it somewhere in my brain from now on, but you know, fairly entertaining story. If you're related to the dude in this story, like to any degree, then I suppose that this could be like a wake-up call. Start wiping your ass, use like those flushable wet wipes if you have to. I can't recommend a bidet enough. They're pretty easy to set up and you can get some versions like for really cheap. Yeah, this has been a PSA on hygiene. Shout out Kirsten again for bravely coming forward with this story. That's all I got. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at with a Y. That email's in the description if you guys want to send me any video topics. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on. Anyways, piss off.